Hello everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm David Beers, owner of 39 Minute Workout and Wellness, and today we're going to teach a brand new client how to swing the kettlebell in front of you guys. You're going to see how I teach somebody from the ground up, and just to let you all know, this is Jenny. And what experience do you have with kettlebells, Jenny?
None.
None. Okay. So that's the point I want to do today. I want to take somebody who, and what is your current fitness routine?
Pretty much non-existent.
Non-existent. All right. Okay. All right. Well, this is going well. It's live again. We're having technical issues. This is the joys of Facebook Live, is that when my phone drops the bars, it just disappears and then says trying to reconnect. Abby, are you coming back?
Yeah.
Okay, our camera woman is coming back just to make sure that we haven't lost you again. But hopefully you all heard. I'm just gonna spit it out because it's cut twice now while we're taping. This is our friend Jenny. She has never used kettlebells before. She has seen me swing on video before, but has not used them. I'm gonna teach her the kettlebell swing today in front of you, and hopefully in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you guys are gonna see a serviceable swing by Jenny. What I wanna do this for is to really help everybody, number one, see how the kettlebell swing works, how I teach it to somebody who's a total novice. Number two, address how much stronger you are than you expect. And number three, sort of take the mystery of fitness out of your mind, okay? So to take somebody who isn't working out currently and have you see how quickly she can start doing a really good, effective exercise, all right? So first we're gonna warm up the way I would have everybody warm up, and then we're gonna talk about the weight, and then we're gonna start teaching the swing. And if all goes well, she'll have I'm not saying a good, perfect kettlebell swing, that usually takes 2 to 4 weeks, but a serviceable kettlebell swing, one where when she leaves today, if she came back for a class, I would trust that she was gonna do great, all right? So let's start by warming up. We're gonna do standing up stuff, and then we'll go down to the ground. So for today, your 22 pounder is your swing weight, and your 18 will be what you use with your hands, with your overhead, okay? So we're gonna start with a halo. You can face the camera for this stuff. And you're gonna hold it right upside down by the handles, all right? It'll feel heavy, it always does. And you're gonna keep your belly tight, so sort of squeeze your belly button, and you're gonna draw a circle right around your head like a halo. All right, let's go 5 in each direction. Keep going, 1 all the way around your head, back to your chest, that's good. 3, 4, and 5. Now reverse directions, and 1, 2, 3. This one's gonna get the shoulders warmed up. 4 and 5, good. All right, now we're gonna do some bodyweight squats. I'm gonna check out Jenny's squats, which is one of the most important movements. So let's get our feet just a little bit wider than our hips. So when you draw a straight line down from your hips, you wanna be just outside of that. Feet can be slightly turned out, but not much, not like a duck, okay? So I'm gonna have you direct your elbows and try to touch your knees with them, all right? So let's do 8 of these. You're gonna try and touch your elbows to your knees and stand back up. When you come down, make sure you're not arched like this, sort of stick your chest out. Eyes up, chest out, okay? So give me 8. That was 1. Go ahead. 2 and 3. When you go down, push your knees outward. 4. Push your knees outward against me. 5. Push your knees out against me. Out, not forward. Out, out, out. That. 6. Push them out. 7 and 8. Good. The reason I was doing that was what was happening with Jenny's knees, and I've never worked with her before, so this is good. You're gonna see how I help fix form, okay? What she was doing, she was sliding her knees forward and also buckling inward, which is a great way to injure your knees. So I was getting her, once we were on the same page, to work on pushing the knees outward like that. Obviously, I don't mean like you're sitting on a horse, but she needs to, all of you need to focus on keep your knees straight over top your toes so that when you come down, they're there, not buckled inward, which will hurt the knees, okay? So if we kept working on the squat, which isn't today, she's gonna eventually work on elbows straight to the knees and knees pushed out so they stay right over the toes, not buckled inward, all right? So the next part will be, let's get your core a little, your spine and your core a little bit ready. So we're gonna go to the floor now. And this is a common yoga warm up. It's called cat-cow. So we're gonna be on all fours and you're gonna, they're fine right
and you're going to sort of arch like a cat and chuck your tailbone, and now arch this way like a cow apparently arches. I didn't know that, but all right, do a bunch of them. So arch, and it helps if you breathe in and then breathe out as a cat and breathe in as a cow. Keep going. So what I'm working on here is her thoracic spine. This is an area that for most people is very tight, and she, I can tell you in the swing, is going to have one little challenge, and this is good to see how this works, in that she's not very good at getting in the cow posture. So she's good here, but she doesn't get very arched in cow. So that's something we're gonna have to work with her. And it's good because to teach the safe kettlebell swing, almost everything you ever do with weights, whether you're just picking them up off the floor and you can stop there. So now we're gonna thread the needle. You're gonna go like this. You're gonna breathe out and twist and come back and breathe out and twist and keep doing, do like 5 of those each side. Everything you do with kettlebells or weights or burpees or picking up kids should be with a arch spine this way, never this way, okay? So that's why we do cat-cow. Basically every time I warm people up, we're gonna do that as part of the warm-up, right? We sit like this all day, and we've gotta fix that posture and get that thoracic spine, her upper back, able to arch. Good, and you can stop there, and we're gonna do a 30-second plank, I hope. All right, so plank, what I want to see from y'all is butt down, nice and flat, and not like this, okay? So hips nice and flat. I'm gonna check her. She's pretty good. Her hips are smidgen high, but that's not bad. That's a pretty good straight line. If I see her hips, her butt up here, what's happening is she's really working her legs, not her abs. She's got to be in a straight line like this. It's actually pretty good. She's wondering how long I'm gonna make her go.
30.
I'll tell her when she, yeah. But how far are we into it? So planking is just a great exercise in general. When you're trying to start to build a safer core and spine for kettlebells or for any exercise, plank has to be a staple of your workout, okay folks? So, and time, good. So hop up, we're gonna stand now. So that what the highlights of warming up for a kettlebell swing are hit something to warm up the shoulders, something to warm up the hips, that's why we did some squats, something to get the spine limbered up, right, our upper back, thoracic, and something to get the core awake before we start having you sling 22 pounds around, right? So now let's talk weights. I teach every single woman I ever teach with a 22-pound kettlebell to start. And if you were to work out with us, in a week you'd be using a 26, and in like 2 to 3 weeks you'd probably move up even heavier than that. And it's important to understand that because I mean every single woman I work with, because most of the time when people say, oh, I do kettlebells, I say, how much weight do you have? And they say, oh, I have an 8 and a 10, or I have a 5. 5 and 10 pound weights are for, there's no 5 pounds even in my gym, and I have clients up into the mid 70s. 5 pound weights are for physical therapy. They're really not for exercise, okay? So we don't want to try and get you stronger with something that's not even going to remotely challenge you. The kettlebell swing is going to use our strongest muscles in our body, which is our booty and our hamstring, okay? So we're using our legs, not our arms, right? And it looks like it's an arm motion, it's not. Our arms are literally just holding on, okay? So let's talk about the swing, and then I'm going to deconstruct it, and I'm going to have Jenny break it down. I'm going to show you guys and Jenny so that she sees, so you can watch me and you guys can watch me. What I'm going for is I'm going to hit my hands high in the crotch, in that position, and I'm going to aggressively snap my hips until I'm in a plank position, right? What is the top of a kettlebell swing? It's a plank. Abs tight, butt tight. And then I'm going to aggressively shoot my hips down and snap. The 2 cues I use for brand new clients are chest to the floor and pop, all right? So 1, 2, so we're gonna work on that first. Facing this way is fine for now. We're not worried about a kettlebell, folks, and I'm just gonna move this so you're not tempted to use it. All right, take it away. What I want you to do is stand a little bit wider. We're back to that squat stance, so outside of the hips. If we draw a line straight down from here, Abby, can you throw her some bands? I'm gonna show everybody at home how to find that right position. This is important, and this is a great little tool for people who are brand new, because what I fix the most for brand new people is feet positioning. Brand new people to exercise,
they'll be here, and everything in between. And until you've ridden the bicycle a couple hundred miles, your body doesn't have that muscle awareness. So once I find her spot, it can be really useful to just set bands or anything you've got right in front of her toes. That's her spot, okay? I might see her swing in 5 minutes and realize I want it wider or narrower, but that's her spot right now, okay? I'm gonna eventually see where her hands go. So the 2 cues, and we're gonna work on this together right now, are number 1, without moving your feet, chest to the floor, okay? You're gonna grip your thumb. You guys can do this at home too if you'd like. You're gonna push your chest to the floor, okay? And your hands are gonna be behind the crotch, not down by the knees, right? And now she's pretty flexible in her hamstrings, so show that again, go down. This is not what I want. She's parallel to the floor. She's flexible, I want her to stop there. That's as far as I ever want you to go down, so you can stand up for me. If you're very flexible, which Jenny actually is, she's able to go completely to parallel with the floor. That's too low, folks. We want to stop there. This is why I like mirrors in my kettlebell gym, and when you're learning, I would get in front of a mirror. She's not going to be able to do that today, but what I want you to do in a mirror is look at your own eyes, and when you go down chest to the floor, your eyes are on you. That forces you to keep your sternum facing that, your eyes up a little bit, okay? Instead of going all the way down to there where you are. So again, let's go. Chest to the floor, you're gonna stare at you in the wall, and now pop, meaning aggressively squeeze your butt or tuck your tailbone or whatever makes sense to you, okay? So let's work on that 5 times, right? Chest to the floor, and pop. Chest to the floor, and pop. Chest to the floor, and pop. Good, stop there.
Bend the knees or not?
Bend the knee, that's a good question, because this is the big one that turns it from a CrossFit swing, which we don't want to do, into the correct swing, all right? So what I want you to do is a slight knee bend, right? So this is the amount of knee bend in a kettlebell swing.
Okay.
This is a squat. I don't want you, and this is why over 8 years I've developed the theory that by focusing more on pushing your chest to the floor, it takes care of the knees. Most people are gonna suffer with the opposite problem of Jenny, and what you're gonna do at home is you're gonna probably bend your knees and keep your chest where? That way. She's really good at actually getting here, so it's great. Most people I teach who are brand new are gonna fall in the other category, and they're gonna stay too tall and they're gonna bend their knees a lot. That's a squat. A swing is a deadlift, if you all know what that word means. So, she did good, hands high in the crotch, chest to the floor, and then pop is just by the hip snapping, all right? What you're probably gonna see day 1 from her, what most people do is, brand new people are scared to pop, so they sort of glide. And that's something that just has to come by adding more weight and doing more reps, okay? So next step, you're gonna grab that kettlebell. You can pull it right under your feet, and I want you to be careful of your spine, okay? So every time you pick up the kettlebell, Jenny and people at home, I want you to have eyes up, butt down. So I want you to grab bells like this, right? Eyes up, butt down. I don't want you to go like this. Wherever your eyes go, your spine goes. So see this bad spine, folks? This is a good spine. So when you pick up bells, eyes up, butt down, feel for the thing, all right? So now we're gonna pick it up. So go ahead and drop to the floor and stand up with this guy. Good. Stand all the way up, your feet are where they belong. And we're gonna do like a little metronome thing, or what's the word? Yeah. So we're gonna push your chest to the floor at the bottom of a swing, bend your knees a little bit, so soft knees, and now just let your hands fly, like a pendulum, that's the word I wanted. High on the crotch, so forearms hit the thighs and let it swing. Keep going. What I want you to do now is arch the chest, that. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that's a biggie. And stop where you are, park it to the floor without looking at it, bend your knees, okay. That was fine, you kept your back right. The big thing, I turned to the side a little bit. Push down into the swing. When I gave her a weight, what happened was she started to bend this way, and I needed to fix that. What do you feel when I do that to you?
Tension.
Tension in the mid-back?
Yeah.
That's what it should feel like at first. You should almost feel your mid-back's cramping. Because if you start doing anything like this, you're asking for spine problems. And the funny thing is, most of the time when people hurt their backs outside of here, it's picking up something light. Groceries, a t-shirt, but doing it like this, right? And so bending our spine and doing any exercise, whether it's light or heavy, is dangerous. So we want to always be in that. So kettlebells will teach you how to move from your hips, not your spine, which is why they're awesome for people with back problems, okay? So open your feet up a little bit. I know they're bands. I'm gonna turn, and she's gonna turn now and work sideways because it's gonna help you at home see her. So I'm just gonna put her little bands here to remind her of that position, okay? So the next step now, we're gonna start to swing it. You're gonna go in this, hold up. You can put it right under your feet to pick it up. Put it right under your feet when you're brand new to pick it up. You'll see me do it from here. That's not beginner, all right? So here's what you're gonna do, Jenny, and those of you at home are gonna watch. You're gonna pick it up, eyes up, butt down. You're gonna get your feet right. And you're going to push your chest to the floor, slight knee bend, and now I'm gonna go snap, chest, pop, chest, pop, chest, pop. Park it, sit it down, and stand up. Good? So slowly, let's pick it up. Let's push your hips back, chest to the floor. Give me that. You gotta bend your knees. Yeah, good. Once you hit your thighs, go snap. Go snap. Oh, get tall. Snap. Chest to the floor. Snap. Chest to the floor. Pop. Chest. Pop. Chest. We got that. If you can see at home, the number one thing I'm gonna fix in her is and stop the motion. Hit your thigh and park it down. Two things I want to fix in her. And this is what I want you all to see because it takes a few minutes to figure this out. Number one, when we practiced it, you look great with your knees, but now that I added a weight, she's starting to do this a lot. She's starting to do this. She's starting to squat, right? So, chest to the floor. Here's one thing I want you to feel because every swing you should feel this. I want you to push your chest to the floor and your butt back, okay? Now, good, down, 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 down. Bend your knees less, straighten your knees up. Where do you feel it? There's one right answer. All right, stand back up. Chest to the floor, don't bend your knees much. No, you're bending your knees too much. Chest to the floor, push, push, push. Where do you feel it? The answer is your hamstrings, folks. Your hamstrings. When you're doing the kettlebell swing right, you will feel it in the down, 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 down hamstring. That's engaged now. That means you did it right. If it's not in your hamstring, here's why. Because you sat. All of a sudden it's in my quads. That's how you fix it. I bent my knees less, okay? So this time I want you to tell your brain when you swing, don't bend your knees. You're gonna bend them a little bit. I want you to tell your brain, don't bend my knees. So I want you to focus on, okay? So don't bend your knees, give me 5. Pop, chest, pop. The second thing, she's not snapping, which I told you would be common with brand new people. Don't bend her knees, pop. Don't bend her knees, pop. Chest to the floor, pop. Chest to the floor, pop. Chest to the floor, pop. Pop. And stop. Okay.
Do it again.
This is the nature of teaching somebody live on camera is there's 3 things that are going wrong and I've got to fix one thing at a time. The one that is concerning me the most, and this is the one at home that concerns me the most, some people are really good at this position, some people are not. Jenny really wants to be in this position, and before she works on getting stronger in anything, we gotta fix that. Because that translates, I don't care if you lift weights, folks, or don't, that translates to poor posture, to neck problems, to shoulder problems. So even if she doesn't work out, that inability to get here is gonna show up in other problems in your life. So when we drilled it, you look great, and now with the kettlebell, you're starting, every swing you're starting to bend like this. So I'm gonna fix that one first because it's the most dangerous of the 3 problems. It's absolutely the one that has to be fixed. So you're gonna pick a spot straight in front of your eyes across the wall. When you swing, you're going to push your chest to the floor and you're gonna keep your eyes on that spot. This should fix that problem because she's gonna have a hard time focusing on that spot and being caved the wrong way at the same time, right? It should make her come down into that position, right? So give me 5 swings and focus on that spot straight across from you. Okay, chest to the floor, yes. Chest to the floor, pop. Chest to the floor, now snap. And snap, so much better right there. I don't know if y'all see that at home. Eyes up, chest to the floor, pop. And so part of it is just Jenny's brand new to exercise, brand new to weights, right?
Yeah.
Her body's a little inhibited with the movements, and we're just gonna have to spend a couple times making that feel more natural to her. And this is the cool thing with taking somebody who's brand new to both exercise right now and to kettlebells is you're seeing the process of how we take you from not doing anything to, it's kind of amazing, in 4 weeks you could be massively different in terms of how you move. So this is the process, starting to see when we give her a basic movement like a squat or a kettlebell swing or a press, where does her body not move correctly? And then it's our job to fix that process, okay?
Yeah.
So cool. I want to see you do one more set, and we're going to try and, the hardest piece of learning is it's like, I only want you to think about one thing at a time.
Right.
And this time I want you to focus on, you're going to keep your eyes where they were, right? And I want you to focus on snap or aggressively end up in a plank position. So from here, pop, 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 right? Really get the feeling of squeezing your butt all the way through, because that's the power of the kettlebell swing. This is just strength, elongating the muscles. This is snapping them. That's what really does the motion. That's what really builds the muscle, makes the heart rate go fast, makes you burn fat, all right? So you're gonna still stare at that spot, but I want you, every time you get to here, to aggressively go snap, okay? So eyes up, butt down, stand up with it first, pick your spot, and give me 8 swings. Snap, and pop the tailbone, tuck. That was the good one, she popped. Eyes up, pop. With Jenny, thanks so much for being a trooper. If there are any questions, Abby, are you going? My camera woman is going. So that is how we teach a brand new person the kettlebell swing. I don't know what you're feeling right now, but what I know from experience is in probably 2 to 3 more times of doing this like in a class session, you would start to understand the move very quickly. Kind of amazingly quickly, really. This is the right bell to swing with, because what would happen is if you saw me teach her on a 15-pound swing weight, I could guarantee you what will happen is she won't use her legs at all, and she'll just cheat by using her arms because it feels safe to do the arms. So by going with at least 22 pounds, what I've found is it makes her have to use the legs, which is what we need to do. We need to get into your hamstrings, and then so that your big leg muscles are doing the motion, all right? So that's the kettlebell swing, folks. My camera woman has disappeared, so I don't know if y'all have any questions, but thanks so much for being a trooper and showing us how we do the process. And I'll see you next time, all right? If there's any questions, I will answer them after this video is posted on Facebook, and glad to help you with anything. Thanks so much.